Hello everyone, welcome back to your physics class. I hope you all are good. In the previous video we have completed chapter 4 light energy. So today we will start next chapter, chapter 5 heat. In the previous chapters we have learned about the various forms of energy like light energy, chemical energy, magnetic energy, kinetic and potential energy, and we have also learned about heat energy. So what is heat? Heat is also a form of energy that we have learned in the previous chapter. We have defined that heat is a form of energy which gives the sensation of hotness, or we can say that the form of energy which gives the feeling of hotness is known as heat energy. So in this chapter we will learn about this heat energy thoroughly, and next we will learn about the temperature and the different temperature scales, what are the effects of heat, the modes of heat transfer, and we will learn about all this. And next we will see that what are conductors and insulators. So in this chapter we will read about the heat energy in very detail. So we can define heat energy that it is a form of energy which gives us the sensation of hotness, and we often use the terms hot, cold and temperature. For example, if we touch the cold drinks and ice creams and the ice cubes, then we will feel cold, and if we touch a hot cup of tea and the other hot things, then we say that this is feeling very hot. So all these terms are very related to our everyday life. Now we will see that what is the cause of this heat energy. So heat energy results from the motion of the molecules of the objects. When molecules move, then they constantly hit each other, that means they collide with each other, and they constantly transfer their energy with each other. So in this way, the faster the molecules moves in an object, the greater will be the heat energy. Because when if we see that for any substance every substance have molecules in it. So when at room temperature some energy is available to all of the substances, some energy is available to the molecules of the substances, so they start vibrating with each other. And if it is if liquid and solid, then they can move freely about their positions, and they will constantly hit and collide with each other. So they will constantly transfer their energy from one to another molecule. So in this way they move from one position to another position, and this will result into the heat energy. So the faster the molecules move in an object, the greater will be the heat energy. Now next we will read about temperature. What is temperature? Temperature is the degree of hotness and coldness of the object, or we can say that it is the measure of heat energy present in an object. That how much amount of heat energy is present in an object, that is known as temperature. That the measure of that is known as temperature. And now we will see that how heat energy flows from one object to another object. For example, when we touch a hot cup of tea, then we will feel warm, but if we touch the ice cube, then we will feel cold. So when we are touching a hot cup of tea, why we are feeling warm? Because the heat and from the cup of tea transfers to our hands. And similarly, when we touch the ice cube, then in that the heat energy is transferring from our body to the ice cube. So that's why it feels us cold, and in this case the hot cup of tea feels hot. So in both the cases we have seen that the heat energy transfers from the object which is at higher temperature to the object which is at lower temperature. That means heat will always from the hotter object to the colder object. Here in this case, who is the hotter object? Hotter object is the hot cup of tea, and we are the colder objects. So the heat transfer from the hot object to the colder object, that means from the hot cup of tea to our hands. and when we touch the ice cube, then in that case heat energy moves from our body to the ice cube. In that case our body is the hotter object and the ice cube is the colder object. So from this we can see that heat will always flow from the hotter object to the colder object, but this takes place only until both the temperatures reach the same temperature. That means the flow of heat will take place until the temperature of the two bodies will become equal. So we can define that energy that transfers from one object to another due to the difference in temperatures is called heat energy. This is another way to define heat energy. The energy that transfers from one object to another due to the difference in temperatures is called heat energy. So the heat energy will flow only when there is a temperature difference, but when the temperature of the bodies will become equal, then there will be no transfer of heat. So no further transfer of heat energy takes place if both the objects have attained the same temperature, and that condition is known as the thermal equilibrium. So what is equilibrium? Equilibrium is a state in which two systems or the two objects are balanced. What is the meaning of balance? That if we take the two objects, firstly this is a hot cup of tea, and if this is our hand, the second object is our hand, then the flow of heat will take place only for that time when the temperature of the two objects become equal. That means when the temperature of this body becomes equal to this body. If T1 is the temperature of this body and T2 is the temperature of this body, then that condition, then when T1 becomes equal to T2, then that condition is known as the thermal equilibrium. So no further transfer of heat will take place when the temperature of the two bodies will become equal. So this is the law of transfer of heat energy. Next is the units for measurement of heat. So as we know, heat is the energy, but temperature is a measure of that energy. So there are different units for the measurement of heat energy and temperature. Firstly, we will learn about the units of heat energy. There are the 3 or 4 units for heat energy. Many units are there. First is the calorie, next is kilocalorie, and there is a joule, these all are the units of heat energy. So what is calorie? A calorie is the measure of heat energy, and it is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. That means if we take 1 gram of water and we raise the temperature of that 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius, then the amount of heat required to do this is known as the 1 calorie. Similarly, 1 kilocalorie is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree Celsius. That means if we take 1 kilogram of water and we want to raise its temperature by 1 degree Celsius, then the amount of heat energy required to do this is known as 1 kilocalories. It can be defined as 1 kilocalorie. Next is joule. So joule is the smaller quantity of energy than calorie, and joule is the SI unit of measuring heat energy. This is the SI unit of energy, heat energy. What is the SI unit? SI means System International Unit, which is accepted overall. So it is a smaller quantity than calorie, because 1 calorie is equal to 4.1218 joules, and sometimes it is approximately written as 4.2 joules. So this is the another unit of heat energy. And the calorie we often use to measure the energy content of the foods also. When we want to see the calorie level of our energy content of foods, when we want to see the energy content of foods, then in that we also use the term calorie. So next is the activity to show that heat energy transfers between objects that are at different temperatures. So for this we just need 2 water glasses, 2 glass bowls, and 2 gemmed chocolates. This is a very simple activity. We will make up 2 setups. This is the first and this is the second. In this we have taken a tub, and in which normal water is contained, and this is the tube or the water glass which is containing the hot water, and in this there is normal water in the tube, that means in the tube and in the tub. So when we put some the chocolates in the two setup, in this tub and in this container, then we will see that the chocolate will melt quickly in this setup. Why? Because here this is hot water, and the energy or the heat energy will transfers from this hot water to the normal water, and the chocolate will start melting. And in this, both the waters are at the same temperature. There is no temperature difference, so the chocolate will not melt, or it will not melt as quickly as in the first setup. So this confirms that that heat energy transfers between objects only, that which are at different temperatures, not in that which are at the same temperatures. So this is the purpose of having setups in this experiments. Next is the quick check one, that heat energy. First is the heat energy always flows from which objects to which objects? Hot objects to cold objects. Next is the measure of heat energy of an object is called temperature. The SI unit of measuring heat energy is joule. Next is that a dash is the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius, that is calorie. 1 calorie. A calorie is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Next is the energy. It is dash is the energy, while temperature is the measure of heat energy. So we know that heat is the energy and temperature is the measure of heat energy. Next topic is temperature. So temperature, I have already explained that it is the measure of degree of hotness and coldness of an object. That means how much of an object is hot or cold. For example, if an object has temperature of 70 degree, 100 degrees Celsius, then that we will say that it is a hot object. For example, when water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, that is very hot. But if you talk about the object which is having the temperature of 2 degrees Celsius, then that will be considered as cold object. So this is about temperature, which measures the degree of hotness and coldness of the objects. And now we will see what are the units to measure temperature. There are different units to measure temperature, like degrees Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. It is commonly measured, and the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. For example, we measure our body temperature in degree Fahrenheit, and in laboratories thermometers are used which are in degrees Celsius also, but the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. So next we will see that how temperature can be measured. So we know that there is a device which we can use to measure temperature, that is known as thermometer. So thermometers are the devices which is used to measure temperature, and there are various thermometers available. For example, thermometers are available to measure our body temperature, that is known as clinical thermometer. Laboratory thermometers are also there. So how temperature is measured using this thermometer? So what is the principle behind the working of these thermometers? So when a substance is heated, the molecules in it move faster than before. When a substance is heated, for example, we take a substance and these are the molecules present in this substance. So when we heat this substance from below, then the molecules of this substance will start moving. They will come into motion and they will move faster than before, and this causes an increase in its temperature. And these fast moving molecules, because these fast moving molecules will hit each other and they will move further apart, means they will move further apart, they will go in any of the directions, and this causes a slight expansion in the volume of this substance, because on heating the structure of this substance will look like this. They will expand up to some extent. So these devices that use of this expansion of this substance as a measure of temperature. There are some devices that use of this expansion of substances as a measure of temperature. How they measure temperature? Because for example, this is the bulb of the thermometer and this is the stem. The outer tube is known as the stem, and there is an inner tube known as capillary tube. You often seen the thermometers and you can see that there is a capillary tube and there is a narrow tube within the thermometer. So when this thermometer is kept in an hot object, then the liquid present in this capillary tube, that can be mercury or alcohol, will expand, and due to expansion the liquid will rise in this capillary tube, and this will give the reading of the temperature of that body. So in this way these thermometers work. And if the substance is cold, that means if you dip this thermometer in a cold substance, then the liquid in this capillary tube will contract. It will contract. Okay, contract हो जाएगा, and the level of the liquid in this mercury in this thermometer will fall. The level of the mercury liquid in this thermometer will fall, and accordingly we can measure the temperature of that body. So in this way we can measure temperature with these thermometers. So this is about the measurement of temperature with the thermometers. Thank you.